Urban reform in Canada can be understood in terms of three waves. In the first, cities gained a standard structure and became responsible to citizens through elections under the Baldwin Act. Governor James Douglas began incorporating cities, first New Westminster, then Victoria. The creation of Canada in 1867 gave momentum. The corruption and incompetence resulting from the first wave reforms led to a second wave. It improved municipal government by advocating for a professional civil service, smaller councils, at-large elections, and an executive mayor, much of which Vancouver adopted. It was linked to the progressive movement and modernism. The Vancouver Planning and Beautifying Association was created after a 1910 visit from planning pioneer Thomas Adams of London. Point Grey created the first zoning bylaw in Canada, and from 1926, the Harlan Bartholomew planning firm guided development. In the 1950s, Mayor Fred Hume created the planning department, brought in the powerful Vancouver Charter, and centralized executive power in a board of administration. Half of False Creek was filled, and a freeway plan was developed. The city was a place of production. The counterculture movement of the 1960s brought the third wave. Postmodernism challenged professional planners and brought more voices into decision-making. It claimed there is no meta-narrative, no overall story. All voices have their truth. The public hearing was no longer a forum just for experts. The freeway proposal died in the 1960s, as did the plan to fill the rest of False Creek, but their threat catalyzed political changes. The third wave gained power in the 1972 election in a campaign dominated by opposition to density and towers. Large areas of the city were downzoned. A tower plan for Robson Square was abandoned. The building was laid on its side over 3 blocks. The third wave was more time and place sensitive. Gastown, Gravel Island, and the seawalls resulted. The city became a place of consumption. But its anti-urban elements led to rising house prices, wilderness-consuming sprawl, and increased greenhouse gas emissions. In the decade before 1973, there were almost 200 residential towers built. In the period after that, there were less than 20. For the first time in the history of the city, the population went down. Between 1971 and 1976, Vancouver lost 15,000 people, while the suburbs saw explosive growth. 1860s, 1910s, 1960s. Will we have a fourth wave of urban reform?